please?
Okay, boss. 5.
Keep it. I was wondering if I could ask you a question. I'm looking for a guy named Bill O'Brien. A mutual friend of ours told me that this is one of his hangouts.
Who's asking?
Oh, I'm Jimmy Webster.
Sorry, boss. I can't help you with that.
Oh, okay.
He ain't around here anymore.
Why is that?
I think he went back to Ireland.
What you want with O'Brien anyhow?
But you're not O'Brien, are you?
You're not welcome here.
Okay, what, is this your way of asking me to leave?
No, I'm telling you to get out.
Look, man, I'm not gonna leave until I finish asking my questions, all right?
Then I'm gonna have to...
Could you just stop? Please just tell O'Brien that Jimmy Webster's looking for him, okay? Nothing big, okay?
I'll let him know. Boss.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. Sorry to bother you, but we've received some complaints about a gas leak in some of the lines around here.
Oh, come on in. Kitchen's right over here.
Got it. Thank you.
I don't smell any gas.
So far, that's a good sign.
You. Back the up. Gas company, huh?
Buddy. Drop it. Clear the chamber.
Turn around. Who are you?
Murray?
Murray, who do you work for? Which kneecap, left or right?
Come on, man, look, I got a family, I got debt, I got things going on in my life, right? They just told me to tail you around and see where you go, that's it. Look, they don't tell me anything. They just say where to go and who to follow, and that's it.
Okay, Murray. Chin up, close your eyes, and count to 60.
1.
The story begins with Special Operative Jimmy Webster, who has just come back from Afghanistan on military duty and arrives at his brother Walter's residence.
Let's have a toast to James. My little brother is back.
Now I gotta deal with his little brother shit again.
He reunites with his combat crew members and spends time catching up with Walter. During the gathering, Walter receives a phone call from an unknown individual. Visibly unsettled, he abruptly instructs the caller not to contact him at that time and terminates the call.
Hey, everything okay?
When Jimmy asks about his tense demeanor, Walter acknowledges that a serious issue is troubling him, but promises to explain the situation later.
I can't go into it now.
Hey, Walt.
Later that evening, after returning to his own home, Jimmy receives an urgent call from Walter's distressed wife informing him that his brother has just been shot and killed inside their house. Jimmy speeds back to the scene, which has already been cordoned off by law enforcement.
Sorry about what happened, miss. I need to ask you some questions.
Struggling with grief, Jimmy begins drinking alone until he receives another desperate call, this time from his teammate Cliff, who reports that unknown assailants are breaking into his apartment.
Hey, Cliff! Shit.
Jimmy rushes to the location, only to discover Cliff's body. Beside him, Jimmy finds Cliff's mobile phone containing a message from Bill O'Brien warning that trouble is unfolding and urging them to meet at their usual spot. Suddenly, an armed gunman still hiding in the apartment attacks Jimmy. Overpowering the assailant, Jimmy demands to know who ordered the hit.
Who do you work for?
When the culprit instead mocks Walter's death, Jimmy shoots and kills him on the spot.
Hello? Hey Ross, it's Jimmy. I need you to meet me at the cafe.
Seeking answers, Jimmy meets with Lieutenant Ross at a cafe. Ross was Jimmy, Walter, and Cliff's commanding officer during their service in Afghanistan.
Who'd want them dead?
Jimmy informs him of the murders and asks who might want them dead. but Ross claims to have no knowledge of the motive. When Jimmy mentions the message from Bill O'Brien, Ross confirms O'Brien was indeed a fellow soldier from their unit in Afghanistan.
I mean, what would O'Brien have to do with this? You gotta let the cops deal with this.
However, he warns Jimmy against interfering in the police investigation. Unwilling to let his brother's murder go unpunished, Jimmy refuses to drop the matter.
I don't want the war anymore.
It's a matter of opinion.
You tell him I get what I want or he gets nothing.
Meanwhile, a businessman named Ted Bomer hires a highly skilled hitman named Ray to recover $40 million in stolen funds, instructing Ray to consult Ross first.
You know I'm not cheap.
I know that. And I'm willing to pay a premium to get the job done right.
Does that have anything to do with those two guys that were just killed?
Tip of the iceberg.
Shortly after, Jimmy receives a call on Cliff's phone from Bill O'Brien, who immediately hangs up upon hearing Jimmy's voice. This heightens Jimmy's suspicion that O'Brien is implicated in the deaths. Jimmy and his associate Sam Thorne later visit Walter's house to collect some personal belongings and discover a ledger documenting illicit transactions.
Walter ever tell you anything out of the ordinary?
When confronted, Walter's wife denies any knowledge of his shady business dealings.
Lieutenant, good to see you again.
Meanwhile, Ray approaches Ross demanding to know who stole the money.
The man responsible with that.
Ross reveals that Walter and Cliff were the culprits and admits to having already killed them both. However, the $40 million remains missing. Concluding that Jimmy now possesses the money, Ross and Ray agree to eliminate him.
We can't afford to have any loose ends. You understand that, correct?
Later that evening, Jimmy notices a man trailing him on the street. Utilizing his military training, he blends into the darkness, catches the stalker at gunpoint, and demands answers.
Turn around. Who are you?
Murray?
The terrified man, Murray Sims, confesses that he was hired by an operative named Connors and pleads for his life, explaining that his family was threatened if he failed.
You wouldn't be lying to me, would you?
Look, they don't tell me anything. They just say where to go and who to follow, and that's it.
Realizing Murray was coerced, Jimmy spares his life but knocks him unconscious to prevent further pursuit. The following morning, Stacy visits Jimmy at his residence. Shortly after her arrival, two men posing as gas company employees arrive claiming to inspect a leak.
Good morning.
Good morning. Sorry to bother you, but we received some complaints about a gas leak in some of the lines around here. You're on my list of homes to check.
All right, well, come on in. Kitchen's right over here.
Upon being let in, they draw weapons. Jimmy shoots one dead, but the second attacker grabs Stacy, holding her at knife point.
I said drop it!
Drawing on his martial arts training, Jimmy overpowers the thug, allowing Stacy to strike the final blow with a vase. Searching the bodies, Jimmy finds their identification.
What do you got for me?
A couple of warm bodies. Jimmy's still at large.
When Ross learns that his operatives failed, he contacts his handler and demands Jimmy's immediate elimination under threat of extreme consequences.
Access denied. Gotcha.
Determined to locate O'Brien, Jimmy hacks into military databases and traces his address. Searching the vacant residence that evening, he discovers a tavern receipt indicating O'Brien's frequent hangout. Moments later, masked operatives infiltrate the house to ambush Jimmy, but he uses his combat skills to eliminate them.
Hey guys, I'm sorry I'm late, but having car trouble.
Meanwhile, a failing Murray returns to Ray.
Giant black guy jumps out at me, gun to my face. What am I gonna do?
Furious over the botched assignment, Ray commands Murray to execute his own wife to prove his loyalty.
Shoot her.
No!
Pull the trigger.
I can't shoot her.
When Murray refuses, Ray's henchmen brutally execute both Murray and his wife.
You weren't followed, were you?
Of course not.
The next morning, Jimmy and Sam prepare to follow the lead from the tavern receipt. Before they depart, an assailant follows Sam into a restroom with a syringe filled with poison. Jimmy intervenes, stops the injection, and turns the syringe on the attacker when he refuses to name his employer out of fear for his family.
Who gave the order?
Jimmy then heads to the tavern identified on the receipt. When he inquires about O'Brien, the bartender claims O'Brien fled to Ireland, while a bar enforcement thug aggressively demands that Jimmy leave.
You're not welcome here.
Look, man, I'm not gonna leave until I finish asking my questions, all right?
Then I'm gonna have
Jimmy swiftly subdues the thugs and leaves a message for O'Brien with the bartender.
I'll let him know.
Thank you.
Attempting to escape out the back door into his car, O'Brien is surprised to find Jimmy already waiting inside.
You always go waving that thing around like that?
Pretty much.
Held at gunpoint, O'Brien reveals the truth. During their deployment in Afghanistan, Lieutenant Ross coerced O'Brien, Walter, and Cliff into a drug trafficking operation, using the bodies of fallen soldiers to smuggle narcotics into the United States.
He's been bringing dope into the country by the loads for years.
Well, how do Walt and Cliff figure into this?
When Cliff and Walter tried to walk away, Ross threatened their lives. In response, they embezzled the $40 million operation funds to use as leverage and evidence to expose Ross's network.
So where's Ross running his operation?
Out of a warehouse in the industrial district?
Take me there.
That evening, Jimmy, O'Brien, and Sam arrive at the warehouse. While Sam keeps watch outside, Jimmy stealthily neutralizes the perimeter guards and enters the facility with O'Brien. Inside, Jimmy discovers a massive stockpile of narcotics processed for domestic distribution. However, one of Ross's guards discovers O'Brien and shoots him dead. Jimmy responds instantly, eliminating the shooter with a single shot. Hearing the gunfire, Ross arrives with his remaining forces and captures Sam outside. An intense firefight ensues inside the warehouse, allowing Jimmy to escape into the night. Later that evening, Jimmy tracks one of Ross's surviving associates to his home.
I got a family in the house. I had a family too that was taken away from me. Who was the trigger man?
Under interrogation, the terrified associate reveals that Ross's right-hand man, Hammond, personally executed Walter. Obtaining his answer, Jimmy executes the operative.
Where's my money?
Where's Sam?
You're gonna get me my money, or friend's gonna pay the ultimate price.
The following day, Ross contacts Jimmy proposing an exchange, Sam's life in return for the missing $40 million. Although Jimmy does not have the money, he accepts the meeting to rescue Sam.
Hey, go easy.
However, Ross reneges on the deal and orders his men to execute Sam in front of Jimmy. Jimmy is subsequently shot, captured, and taken to a secluded facility where Hammond subjects him to severe torture.
Icing your brother? He never saw it coming.
With Walter's wife also brought in as leverage, Hammond demands the location of the funds.
I don't know. My brother was killed before I could find out. That's the truth.
Jimmy admits that he lied about having the money solely to save Sam. Shortly after Ross arrives at the warehouse, Jimmy takes advantage of a momentary distraction, frees his bound hands, and ambushes Hammond with a wooden block, killing him instantly. After securing his sister-in-law's safety, Jimmy confronts Ray and Ross.
Happy to see me, Ross? Both disgrace your country.
Hell, for years I fought with pride for this goddamn country.
Ray justifies his treason by claiming his military service ruined his life without offering financial security. A final shootout erupts. Jimmy reacts with superior speed, killing Ray before he can fire. Ross attempts to flee, but Jimmy pursues him, cornering him in hand-to-hand combat. After a brutal exchange, Jimmy kills Lieutenant Ross, bringing an end to the operation. Once the area is clear, Jimmy and his sister-in-law depart, leaving Stacy with the evidence required to expose Ross's illegal syndicate publicly. The story concludes with Jimmy reflecting on the events. Remembering that Cliff had previously disturbed the soil in Walter's yard, Jimmy digs up the site and discovers documentation proving Walter had transferred the $40 million into an offshore account set up in Jimmy's name.
So the money was real.
Look.
Realizing Walter's original intent, Jimmy understands that his brother had planned from the beginning to utilize the funds to support struggling military veterans. Subscribe for more dramas like this, and don't forget to like this video, it really helps the channel grow.